Hi, welcome back to Hot Topics, Helping Out Teens podcast. Today I'm here with my best friend Blakely and her boyfriend Tucker. Say sup, guys. Tucker's also my friend.
Hey.
What's up?
So, I have how many questions? I have a few questions to ask them. It's about teens' mental health, and you guys know that already. They're dating. So, it's going to be about relationships and how they manage their mental health around that. So, are you guys ready? And do you want to do the thing that you're going to do?
Hot topics.
Okay. Now we're gonna get started. This is gonna be a little while. Okay. So, first question. Who wants to start? You do? Tucker does? Okay. Make sure you talk nice and clear. Sorry, guys. So, what issues in today's society can be roadblocks to a Christian relationship?
Think anything that doesn't, um, I think anything that doesn't, I don't know, point your minds and your perspective towards God and towards growing, uh, growing in your relationship with God with one another. I think that anything that isn't based around that, you could view as a roadblock and would ultimately be because it's blocking you from where you want to be. You know what I'm
Actually, no. I can relate. I'm so sorry, guys. I hope this is really fun to watch, but. Sorry.
I think like like the social norms, like your friends, not like your friends could be like in a relationship and they'll be like talking about how they want to go do all this stuff that's not even close to talking about their relationship, like being close to what you should do in a relationship, and it's like I don't know. And they're like they bring it up to you and then they make it sound normal, but it's not normal. It's just not right. You know? Okay.
Part of the problem is that it is normal, almost in a way that it shouldn't be. And so I think it's also that we realize that it's also important to go against the normal and for what we know is right.
Taking back what I said earlier, I think that one of the things that is a roadblock for Christian relationships, nowadays, is definitely it's a big thing is lust, which is not going to help you at all mentally. You know, that'll just bring you down, both of the people in the relationship. Anyway, so next question is, how can social media impact relationships, and how does it impact y'all?
Hmm. Mm, I don't know. What do you-
I think early, we've been dating quite a while, so we were still plenty young when I think I was in the eighth grade, she was in the seventh grade when we first started dating. So back then, when you're a little bit more immature, uh, it can be easy to let little things like whatever happens on social media, whether it's another guy adding your girlfriend on Snapchat or anything like that, anything small, it's easy to let that get to your head when you don't have trust in your partner and trust that that it's all going to work out however God wants it to. And it's hard, like I said, especially when you're a lot more immature, it's hard to see that, but it has impacted it, like I said, more so early on, but it still does now, just in different ways. And it's easy to let it get to a point, get to that point without even realizing.
So the next one that I had tying into that was, do you think it is important to limit social media?
Well, Tucker, I'm sorry, Tucker. I'm about to rat you out. Tucker just got social media. Instagram. And what was the question?
Do you think it is important to limit social media?
I think it depends on the social media. That sounds weird. Like my TikTok, which Tucker's really good about. My TikTok page is not just crazy, I'm not just say it's like
Weird.
it's weird. It's funny. It's
But
weird.
it's not like boys.
But it's not like boys or like talking about weird stuff.
stuff
Yeah,
that's not.
of the Christian way. But like Tucker's like he's really good about it. He like you open his phone and it's mostly either weird stuff or Christian stuff, and it's like talking about your walk with God and how to have better relationship with God. Stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I feel like it really just depends.
So, you guys ready for the next one?
Well,
How?
I'll say, hold on.
Oh.
I'll say, I don't know that like it is important to limit it if you see that it's like the time you're spending on social media is affecting your relationships with others and your relationship with God, I guess ultimately. But I don't know that like a hard, like a 1 hour limit or something like that. I don't know that that would be the answer to that. I think it's just something you'd have to work out, and you know yourself. So like, I think you'd have to make an adjustment and just say, like, I see it affecting this area of my life, so I think it'd be smart or better for me, to avoid it during this time and whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one I have is how can you or how do you support each other's mental health in a relationship? You don't have to get. And by the way, with these questions, you don't have to get to like in them if you don't want to, but you can if you want to. You don't have to.
Um, so supporting, I think mental health is something that you don't really like when you're talking about it. You're talking about everything that contributes to it, as far as like whatever situation you're going through. You may not be talking about how can I make her mental health better, or how can I be there for her so her mental health is in a better position or whatever like that. You're focused on the situation at hand and you're trying to do the best you can in that moment. Mental health might not be the big picture thing that you have going on in your mind, or it might be the big picture thing, not so much what you have going on in your mind at that point in time. Mental health, I think, can be shaped by events and how you handle situations and how what stuff that goes on over a period of time. And so just being there, and even in the small things, being someone to talk to, being someone to, like I said, grow with, grow in the right direction, and have a partner to walk with in your relationship with God is important. And I feel like that is a good way that we are able to build each other up and in that way.
Um, Tucker's not normally like he's emotional, but he's not like he doesn't struggle, but he doesn't like cry because he's a boy or whatever. Because he's normally like the type of person who's gonna be like, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna pray about it, which is a good. But I try to be there. Yeah, I try to be there, but he doesn't ever really like. What was it?
How can you or how do you support each other's mental health in a relationship?
So yeah, I try to be there, but he's just I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to answer that at all. I'm there. I try. I do my best. I do think that like with supporting your partner, I mean, obviously it's a good thing to like pray and like pray about it, but also don't just make that like the only answer. Like talk about it too. Like you can pray about it, but also talk about it because sometimes getting it off your chest, like I don't know how to like say that without it sounding weird. Like you talk to God, but you could also talk to someone who's
Like has a good relationship
like
with God.
yeah, like someone who's there like with you for you, other than you know.
Mhm.
You can't. It is good to be able to talk to like a legitimate person. Uh, but it also been easy, or it'd be easy. I've been in the situation before to let that, and I know of people that it's easy to let that relationship with whatever person it is become become almost a replacement for your relationship with God. When it is good to have a person you can talk to, it's also very much necessary to not let that relationship become almost an idol, even if it was rooted and started in a good with good intentions. It may not always end that way. It's just important to make sure you keep yourself accountable.
You guys did a good job. Okay, so both of you are involved in sports. How does sports impact your mental health in a positive or negative way?
I think it. I think it is very positive for me, and I think also for her too. But it depends. It totally depends on how what your perspective is. Perspective is if your mindset is you're totally dreading going to practice games, whatever, you're totally dreading being a part of a team or being involved in a sport, then I don't think that it would be a good it'd have a good impact on your mental health. But that's not the case for us, thankfully. Um, I love being part of a team, and it gives you almost a second family, it's like a community that you're all there for the same reasons. Just you all got there in kind of a different way, and it's important to try and grow close with your teammates and be the best example that you can. Uh, on the court, off the court, a good example sports wise, and also being Christian and godly, which is very hard, but like it's one of those things it's just very necessary. And so I think it can be positive or negative, but like I said, it all depends on how you view it, and what your attitude is towards it.
I think sports can be a I think sports can be a positive or negative thing for me. I mean, sometimes I do want that time off, but then sometimes when I get there and I'm like, it's not that bad. I'm just like, I'm chilling. Um, it's like I don't know. Sometimes when I feel like really sad or something, I actually want to go to sports because it's like it's something to take my mind off of whatever's going on. It's just yeah. Or sometimes sports can be bad for me. Like sometimes I get into a slump and I'm just like, why am I even playing a sport if I'm this bad? But then it's okay because I get over it and I feel happy and
Yeah,
it
okay.
helps.
Hold on. Doubles tennis state champ right here. Whoop whoop.
It's embarrassing.
Well, it was an accomplishment. I have to talk about.
Yeah.
So another thing I just thought about this I want to ask y'all is they both have had knee surgery. And how has that affected, again, you don't have to go too much into detail with it, but how has that affected you mentally with like the time off and the recovery and all that stuff?
So for me, my knee surgery, it wasn't even like that bad for real. Like I look you feel bad for Tucker. But I was out okay, so before my surgery I was out for like 3 or 4 months. And then after my surgery I was only out for like a month and a half. But like that was like annoying. Like I couldn't do anything. I wasn't able to do anything. Like I was bored.
She
And
was crip.
I was hobbling around with one straight leg. It was bad. And I remember like I was just so sad because I literally like I sat in bed or I went to Tucker's house, which was not bad. But like I was just like that was what I was kind of like isolated to was I could go here or go here. And if I went to practice I was bored because I couldn't do anything and I just wanted to practice and I couldn't. And it was difficult because I wanted to be back in it and I just couldn't do it.
I think this is another thing that it could be very positive or negative depending on how you go about it. And for me, when it first happened, like as soon as the doctor said, you know, it this is what we think it is, you're gonna do an MRI to double check, and it'll probably be anywhere from like anywhere from 5 to 7 months um, to recover. That was it was hard hearing that, but at the same time, it kind of put things into perspective for me. Like I was able to sit there and think, if all else was stripped away, like well, what am I or who am I if sports is taken away from me, it's a big big part of my identity. Um, like what am I at the end of the day, and what can I find joy and happiness in other than being able to be up there on the field or the court or whatever it is. And I don't know. For me, like I said, obviously it felt like a gut punch when he told me that, but at the same time, it didn't take long for me for the Holy Spirit to like, convict me because I might have been putting sports on a little bit too high of a pedestal than I should have, and so it was good for me in that way, and I'm thankful. It's hard to be thankful for it, but at the end of the day, I think the way it's been able to kind of mold me and like who I've become through the whole process. I'm grateful that it happened, and every day I don't wake up feeling that way, but it's hard, but I think now looking back on all of it, like I said, it's hard to say I'm glad it happened, but I'm grateful that through it happening, I was able to make the progress that I have.
You're coming back soon, so that's good. Oh no.
Senior comeback.
Okay, so next question. What are issues that may challenge your mental health?
I don't know.
What are some issues that may challenge mental health? There might be some different categories, but big, small or big. I feel like it'd be easy to let little things build up over time and cause more of
Ruckus.
a ruckus.
Sorry, that's what I thought about.
in your life, and I don't know. I think that obviously there can be some big events or things happen that would obviously challenge or be a different roadblock. But yeah, I think the smaller ones are the ones that get less attention, just like the little things here and there. Somebody says something in the hallway and you shrug it off. You don't think about it. You don't tell anybody, but it's always sitting there. It sits there in your subconscious kind of, and over time I can see where it'd be easy to let those things get to you. But when you are able to find, like I just talked about, when you are able to find your uh, identity in something other than other people's opinions about you, it does kind of take some of that out of the equation, and I'm grateful that I have, and I serve a God who offers and gives it a relationship that allows me to do that.
Yeah. Oh, you personally more, but it could. What are? One moment. Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I hope you're having a great time watching this. You can tell that we have lots and lots of laughs and fun together. And I just really hope that you're just really enjoying watching it.
Yeah.
Anyways, now, okay. Blakely, what are issues that may challenge your mental health?
My mental health?
Yes.
My mental health personally? I'm thinking, Hubbard. So like me personally, like I'm a very, I don't like saying I'm a people person because like sometimes I'm not.
You can be. Most of the time you are.
I definitely am very like
Out there.
not shy. I'm not shy.
No, we are not shy.
Yeah, we're not shy people. And so like me personally, like if I'm trying to like, I don't know. I'm really annoying too. Like I'll be like strolling through the hallways, and I can say that because I am annoying. I'll be like strolling through the hallways. This is true, guys. It's kind of funny. I feel like strolling through the hallways, like scaring people, and sometimes they give me bad vibes, and I'm like, that one's awkward.
I'll be standing next to her, y'all.
You're probably giving
This is my time.
Listen, I'll be standing next to her, and then she'll go up to me, she'll go, boo, and they go. It's pretty it's pretty silly,
It's
but
funny.
whatever.
It's funny. It sounds weird when we say it. And like sometimes, or like people are mean, y'all. Like mean people. I mean, I know I'm not just the nicest person, but like people are mean. Like, and I don't like. I don't know. Like people really get under my skin really easily. Like you say something that like is even the slightest thing, and I'm just like I kind of just shut down, and I'm like yeah, Tucker. And well, I mean, I'm not really putting that on this. Like sometimes like someone will say something, and I'm just like, what? Oh, this is like, especially like I'll give an example. Like to other, especially when it's like other people. Like when someone's rude to another person, I'm just like, oh, that's just like why? There's no point. Like I'm gonna
She
give an
gets
example.
angry.
And like and some people like they don't even notice that you're being rude to them. Like I'll give an example. Like sorry, I said that like 5 times. Like earlier, Henley said something, and I don't even know if she noticed it, but Henley said something, and someone gave her like a dirty look and was
Me?
like, yeah, we'll talk
Who?
about that later.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
And someone gave her like a dirty look and was like, girl, what? And it was just like, you might not have intended it to be like just mean, like I feel like it is, but it looked really mean, and it was just
You mean
like,
like I did it mean?
what do you mean?
Like I said something mean.
No, you didn't say anything mean. You just said something and they acted like you were stupid. And
Oh.
it's just like, don't act like I'm stupid. Like, I know what I'm saying. I might sound stupid to you, but I know exactly what's going on in my life. And you know what? It might not make sense to you, but it makes sense to me, and we're gonna figure it out together. That's
I didn't know that happened.
Exactly.
Next question. How has your mental health or awareness of mental health in today's society changed as you've gotten older? Do you want me to start? I have a
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my mom was talking to one of her friends earlier on the phone, and the friend told her that her son, one of his friends, you're gonna have to do a lot of thinking about friends. My mom's friend's son had a friend at school, and he brought bullets to school because just and that friend of his, like apparently he tells him all the time like he is like depression and all this stuff, and he's in 6th grade, y'all. Like I think that's crazy because when I was in 6th grade, I still I I I I believed in Santa. Don't let your kids watch this if you get that going on still.
What do you
But
mean?
Tucker wrote, I still believed all this stuff, and I had no idea. Like I didn't really know. I didn't really know what depression was. I didn't know anxiety. I probably didn't even know that word. All this stuff. Like I just like was just a happy-go-lucky kid, little horse girl. That's what I was. Yeah. Did you know that I've named a horse named Tucker? He was not named after you, but I've named a horse named Tucker. Yeah. No, it was not after you. Anyways, Anyways, that's kind of off topic, but I just think it's crazy that nowadays, like these kids know what depression means and mental health. I think a lot of that has to do with social media because, like, I didn't have. Oh no. I'm sorry, guys. How long is this?
I was not my fault.
24.
Oh
No. Wait.
24.
We gotta get some money before I upgrade this setup. Uh-uh. Stop. Okay,
Sit
they're
down.
messing with me. Okay. Anyways, so I just think it's kind of crazy the difference now between these 6th graders, which not all 6th graders are like that, but the fact that he knows what depression and anxiety is and those feelings and how severe those feelings can be, and doing something like bringing bullets to school and saying like he can bring them because he said he can bring guns to school. That's like extreme, and poor guy. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it's definitely changed. I mean, it was we're all about the same age, so it was my similar was pretty, or my experience was pretty similar. I mean, obviously, I might have known what depression was, but it wasn't really like a prominent subject that was talked about or anything like that. It it wasn't ever really mentioned, and I don't think that that was necessarily a bad thing. I think that if there were people who did have depression or did experience those things at that age, that they were able to, at least the ones I might have been around, they were able to hide it well, and that might not have been the best thing in the long term. I guess it's good to seek help from whoever your trusted source would be. But but that wasn't really anything I struggled with personally until I don't know, probably freshman year of high school. Uh, so I have been through that, but it wasn't. I'm thankful that I was protected and was able to avoid and keep from having it at such a young age. For sure, I think that I can't imagine having it at like I said, that young of an age. You don't even people don't like themselves when in all reality, like you don't even know. I don't know. You still have a bunch to figure out and go through uh, on your on your own. And like I said, it's hard to fathom that people can not like and appreciate themselves even at an age that young. This just seems crazy to me.
How has your mental health, sorry guys, how has your mental health or awareness of mental health in today's society changed as you've gotten older?
I don't know. I don't think it's really changed for me. I mean, I've always obviously okay. I'm I'm a lot different than them too. I've all like since I was like really young, I knew what depression and all that stuff was with kids, family, and it was just like it wasn't good, but it wasn't like for like to me like in my eyes it wasn't good, but it wasn't like to the extent that it is now, which I was probably just like kind of what is that?
Brainwashed?
Oblivious. I
No,
was oblivious
oblivious,
of
not
like
brainwashed.
I was like oblivious to like the serious stuff, thankfully, but like I still knew kind of what it was. But now I mean like I understand people who are going through like tough times, but like I'm just like I don't know how to like I'm there and I understand it, but like I don't really know how to help because I'm just like I've never been through that, so I don't know how to you know.
So, that was the last question, but do you guys have any comments, thoughts, or any questions for me? They can be just anything.
For you?
Yeah. Like, what's my favorite color?
Oh.
You know, they didn't hear you.
I know your favorite color. Purple and yellow.
Comments or thoughts?
Um,
Comments, concerns. Alrighty.
I guess I'm glad you asked us to do it. Trying to think of a question.
Rate my podcast 1 out of 10.
Good 9.5.
Oh, I have another question for y'all.
Alright.
What
Let's
is
hear it.
32 plus 35?
Why is that a
Put the mic over here. Put the mic over
6, 7. That's it, folks.
It's a
She's
good spot to end it off.
She's smarter than Connor, our math teacher. Connor, you didn't hear that. Okay. So, you gonna ask me a question? Go to Spritz do up.
No. I had a question, but then they were really ask it anymore.
Do
I don't
you
know
want
how
to
to
whisper
say
it to
it.
me first?
No, I don't know how to say it. No.
Just do it. I can cut it out.
No, because it sounds weird, and it sounds mean, but it's not mean. I don't mean
Then
mean.
let
I'm
Tucker
genuine.
ask it. Whisper it to him and then let him ask it.
No, because then he'll steal my idea. And
I
then
don't
he'll
like
be
that
depressed.
word. I don't like the word whisper. Ooh, it's gonna be muffled, but I don't like that word. Anyways.
Go ahead.
I hope you guys are having a great time. I really hope you've had fun watching this podcast. If you made it this far, you know what? Drop an emoji in the comments below. Drop the cross emoji. Let's go, guys. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Turn those post notifications on. Okay. Likely just. Okay. Well, okay. So that's all. Thank you for joining Hot Topics Helping Out Team Podcast. Hot Topics.
And don't forget to press that like button and share this podcast and tell your friends because they might have a question or
Give them an email.
or have an answer to these questions that were asked today.
If you want to come on this podcast, comment down below. And yeah, if you've watched this far, drop a comment of a cross emoji. Go, guys. Hit that follow button. that subscribe button, hit that like button.
Hey,
And
we need to.
I hope. Hold on, guys. I hope that you guys enjoy this and that you tune in for more. And yeah, bye.